Hello everyone. So today we are going to start very important topic from the general pharmacology, that is pharmacokinetics. It is very important and very basic topic. So topics from the general pharmacology like sources of drug, dosage form of drug, routes of drug administration, pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics are very important and very basic topic. First you have to understand this topic and then only you can start reading other topics. So please keep watch this video very carefully. So pharmacokinetics. So what is the pharmacokinetic? Kinetic means movement. So it is the quantitative study of drug movement in, through and out of the body. So it is the quantitative study of drug movement in, through and out of the body. Mnemonic to remember the definition of pharmacokinetics is ADME or ADME, that is A for absorption, D for distribution, M for metabolism and E for excretion. So pharmacokinetics includes absorption of the drug, distribution of the drug, metabolism of the drug and excretion of the drug. So this is the pharmacokinetics, and we also called it as what body does to the drug. So our body is doing absorption of the drug, our body is doing distribution of the drug, our body is doing metabolism and excretion of the drug. So what body does to the drug is the pharmacokinetics. So this is the introduction of the pharmacokinetics. So for the absorption of the drug, we drug have to cross the biological membrane. So for the absorption of the drug, transport of the drug is very important process. So first we have to transport the drug to the site, and then it will be absorbed, then it will be distributed, then it will be metabolized, and then it will be excreted. So first important key step is the transport of the drug. So for all these processes, transport of the drug is very important and very crucial step. So this is the transport of the drug. So in this video we are going to discuss only about the transport of the drug. So all pharmacokinetic process involve transport of the drug across the biological membrane. So all the pharmacokinetics process involve transport of the drug across the biological membrane. So for the transportation of drug, for the diffusion of the drug, they have to cross the biological membrane. Without crossing the biological membrane, drug will not be absorbed, it will not produce its desired action. So first important and key step is the transport of the drug. So biological membrane. So structure of the biological membrane is it is in the first year physiology. So I will not discuss it in detail. Bilayer of phospholipid and cholesterol molecule. So biological membrane is the bilayered structure. It is made up of phospholipids and cholesterol molecule. So it is lipoidal in structure, that it consists of lipid. It consists of polar heads which are oriented outside, and it also consists of non-polar tails which are embedded in the matrix. So this is the structure of biological membrane. So we will discuss about the transport of the drug. So drugs can be transported by passive diffusion or filtration. It can also be transported by specialized transport. So specialized transport is further divided into carrier mediated transport and vascular transport. Carrier mediated transport is further divided into facilitated diffusion and active transport. Active transport can be of primary active transport, secondary active transport. Secondary active transport may be of symport or antiport. Vascular transport is divided into endocytosis, exocytosis and pinocytosis. So this is the drug transport, and we are going to discuss about each and every step in this video. So this is the structure of biological membrane. So now the drug transport. Drugs are transported across the membrane by the passive diffusion and filtration, or by the specialized transport. So two transports are passive diffusion or filtration, or by specialized transport. So first we will start passive diffusion. So what do you mean by passive diffusion? Drugs diffuses across the membrane in the direction of concentration gradient. So drug will diffuse across the membrane in the direction of concentration gradient, that is from high concentration to low concentration drug will diffuse. It is energy independent process. So it is not dependent on the ATP. It is ATP independent process. Membrane playing no active role in the process. So membrane playing no active role in this process. So it is not ATP dependent. Lipid soluble drugs diffuse by dissolving in the lipoidal matrix of the membrane. So we know that bilayer cell membrane is made of is lipoidal in nature, so it is made up of lipids. So lipid soluble drugs will cross the membrane easily. They will dissolve in that membrane, and they will cross the membrane easily. So lipid soluble drugs can cross the biological membrane easily, and lipid soluble drugs will not cross the biological membrane easily. So this is the important point. More lipid soluble drugs attains higher concentration in the membrane and diffuses quickly. So more lipid soluble drugs will diffuse very quickly, and less lipid soluble drugs will take time. So this is important point. You have to remember this point. Greater the difference in the concentration of the drug on the two sides of the membrane, faster is its diffusion. So greater the difference in the concentration on the two sides, drug will diffuse faster. So this is the passive diffusion. So passive diffusion, in the passive diffusion, drugs will move across the membrane in the direction of its concentration gradient, that is from the high concentration to low concentration. Drug will move, membrane will play no active role in this process. Lipid soluble drugs will cross this membrane easily. More the lipid soluble drug, it will transport quickly. Lipid insoluble drugs will not cross easily. Greater the difference in the concentration of the drug on the two sides, faster will its diffusion. So this is the passive diffusion. Now the influence of pH. This is very important topic, and it is hard to understand, but please keep watching this video, you will understand it. Most drugs are weak electrolytes, that is their ionization is pH dependent. So remember these points, that most drugs are the weak electrolytes, so their ionization is pH dependent. Now we will discuss about I will start discussing very important topic, that is for the diffusion of drug. For the crossing of the drug across the biological membrane, we want unionized form of the drug. So unionized form will be absorbed. Ionized form will not be absorbed because ions are insoluble. So these ions will not absorb. So we want unionized form. And for the excretion of the drug, we want ionized form. So ions will cross easily because they are insoluble. So ions will be excreted easily. So for the absorption of the drug, we want unionized form. So remember this point, that we want unionized form for the absorption and diffusion of the drug. So most drugs are weak electrolytes, and their ionization is pH dependent. Now we will discuss about weakly acidic drug. Weakly acidic drugs are better absorbed through the stomach, because in the stomach there is acidic environment. So acidic drugs will be absorbed better in the acidic environment. If in the basic environment, they will ionize, and these ions will not absorbed and will not cross the biological membrane. So weakly acidic drugs better absorbed through the stomach, because in the stomach there is acidic environment, and they will less ionize in the acidic pH. Ionize more at the alkaline pH, so they will ionize in the alkaline or basic pH. Weakly basic drugs better absorbed through the intestine, because in the intestine there is basic pH. So basic drugs will be better absorbed in the basic pH, in the basic environment. So they will absorb in the intestine, and they will ionize in the acidic pH. So they will ionize in the stomach. So they will ionize in the acidic pH. So for the acidic drugs, we want acidic environment. For the basic drug, we want basic environment for the diffusion and absorption of the drug. So remember this point. And for the excretion of drug, we want for the excretion of the drug, weakly acidic drugs need alkaline pH, and the weakly basic drugs need acidic pH. So this is the influence of pH. So remember that most drugs are weak electrolytes, that is their ionization is pH dependent. Weakly acidic drugs better absorb through the stomach, less ionize at acidic pH, ionize more at alkaline pH. Weakly basic drugs better absorb through the intestine, less ionized at basic pH, more ionized at acidic pH. Ions being insoluble do not diffuse. For the diffusion of drug, we want unionized form, not ionized form. For the excretion of drug, we want ionized form, as in the case of poisoning. So this is the influence of pH. Now the application of this lipoidal diffusion. So weak acidic drugs. alkanization increases the ionization, and this will and they will excrete easily. So we know that weakly acidic drugs will will ionize easily in the basic pH, and they will excreted easily. So in the case of poisoning, so in the case of acidic drug poisoning like aspirin, barbiturates are acidic drugs. So in the aspirin poisoning, in the barbiturate poisoning, we want the excretion of the drug, not absorption on the drug, absorption of the drug. So we will give alkali from the outside, or we will give basic drug from the outside, base from the outside, to for the ionization of the drug. So if drug will be ionized, it will excreted easily. So we will give NaHCO3. So sodium bicarbonate will be given to the acidic drug poisoning, will be given to the patients suffering from acidic drug poisoning for the excretion of the drug. So remember this point. And for the weak base, acidification increases its ionization, and it will excreted easily. So weakly drugs will excrete easily if we give them acid from the outside, and this acid will cause ionization of this drug, and ions being insoluble, it will excreted easily. So in the case of amphetamine poisoning or PCP poisoning, we will give NH4Cl from the outside for the ionization of this drug, and due to this ionization, drug will excreted easily. So this is application of lipoid diffusion. Now the filtration. So passage of drugs through aqueous pores in the membrane or through paracellular spaces. So this is this passage of drug through aqueous pores in the membrane or through paracellular spaces. This can be accelerated if hydrodynamic flow of solvent is occurring under hydrostatic or osmotic pressure gradient. Example, across most capillaries including glomeruli. So we will accelerate this filtration if it is under the if this hydrodynamic flow of the solvent is under the hydrostatic or osmotic pressure gradient, as in the kidney, glomerular filtration. So this is also one of the filtration. Lipid insoluble drugs cross biological membrane by filtration if their molecular size is smaller than the diameter of the spores. So we know that in the passive diffusion, lipid insoluble drugs are not crossing the biological membrane, but in the filtration, lipid insoluble drugs can cross the biological membrane if their molecular size is smaller than the diameter of the spore. So if they are smaller than the diameter of the spore, then lipid insoluble drugs can cross the biological membrane with the help of filtration. So majority of cells, intestinal mucosa, RBC, have very small pores, and drugs with molecular size greater than 100 or 200 are not able to penetrate. So if this pore size is smaller than the lipid insoluble drugs, then they will not cross the biological membrane. However, capillaries except in the brain have larger paracellular spaces, and most drug can filter through this. So capillaries have larger paracellular spaces, so drugs can diffuse easily or filter easily from this membrane, except in the capillaries of the brain. So in the capillaries of brain, there is not they have not larger paracellular spaces. So remember this point. As such, diffusion of drug across capillaries is dependent on the rate of blood flow through them rather than lipid solubility of the drug or pH of the membrane. So diffusion of the drug across capillaries is dependent on the rate of the blood flow, not on the pH or on the pore size. So this is in general. So this is about the filtration. So remember that filtration is this passage of drug through aqueous pores in the membrane or through paracellular spaces. This can be accelerated if hydrodynamic flow of the solvent is occurring under the hydrostatic or osmotic pressure gradient. Example, across most capillaries including glomeruli, lipid insoluble drugs cross biological membrane by filtration if their molecular size is smaller than diameter of the spore. Majority of cells have have very small pores, and drugs with molecular size greater than 100 or 200 are not able to penetrate. However, capillaries except in the brain have larger paracellular spaces, and most drug can filter through these. As such, diffusion of the drug across capillaries is dependent on the rate of blood flow through them rather on the lipid solubility of the drug and pH of the drug. So this is the diagram of this passive diffusion and filtration. So see that lipid soluble drugs are crossing the biological membrane, and non-lipid soluble drugs are not crossing the biological membrane through passive diffusion. But in the filtration, non-lipid soluble drugs are also crossing the biological membrane with the help of aqueous pores or paracellular spaces. So this is the difference between the passive diffusion and filtration. And in the next lecture we will discuss about the specialized transport. We will revise it again. So pharmacodynamics is the ADME or ADME. A for absorption, D for distribution, M for metabolism, E for excretion. So so pharmacokinetics include absorption of drug, distribution of the drug, metabolism of the drugs, and excretion of the drug. So for the absorption, distribution, and metabolism of drug, we want transport of the drug. So drugs can be transported across the biological membrane by passive diffusion or filtration or by specialized transport. So we first discuss about the passive diffusion. So passive diffusion is the energy independent process. In this, drug will diffuse across the biological membrane along the concentration gradient, that is from high to low. So lipid soluble drugs will diffuse easily because they will dissolve in the lipidal matrix, and lipid insoluble drugs will not cross the biological membrane through the passive diffusion. More the lipid soluble drug, it will diffuse quickly, and greater the difference in the concentration of the drug on two sides, drug will diffuse faster. So influence of pH. So weakly acidic drugs will be better absorbed in the acidic environment because they will less ionized at this pH, and they will more ionized in the alkaline environment. And weakly basic drugs will better absorb through the intestine because they will less ionized in the basic pH, and they will more ionized in the acidic pH. So ions being insoluble do not diffuse. For the diffusion of the drug, we want unionized form, not ionized form. And for excretion of the drug, we want ionized form, as in case of poisoning. So application of this lipoid diffusion is that weak acid. So in case of weak acidic drug poisoning, we can increase its ionization by the so for the increasing its ionization, we can use alkali or basic drug from the outside. Or for weak basic drugs poisoning, we can increase its acidification, and we will increase its ionization by giving acid from the outside. So filtration is the passage of drug through aqueous pore in the membrane or through paracellular spaces. So this is about the filtration. So lipid insoluble drugs can cross the biological membrane by filtration if their molecular size is smaller than diameter of the pores. So this is about the filtration. In the passive diffusion, non-lipid soluble drugs are not crossing the biological membrane, but in the filtration, lipid insoluble drugs can cross the biological membrane with the help of the pores. So this is difference between passive diffusion and filtration. In the exam, draw this diagram. So this is about the passive diffusion and filtration. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the specialized transport. If you are liking my videos, then please subscribe my channel and like my videos. Thank you so much.